All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. All right, so today we have the moon shifting into more active Aries. So it could be themes today, perhaps around independence, individual autonomy, and maybe taking some initiative and through that learning about ourselves. So with this, we do have this watery energy coming in involving relationships. We've got Venus going over Neptune today. Maybe some receptivity in relationships, compassion, giving, this type of energy. Mercury is sextiling up to Saturn as well. So with that, there's also this productive energy. Really good for using our mind towards productive endeavors, or perhaps grounding our routine and maybe some grounded communication as well. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Wednesday. We've got the moon well set in Aries. So the past few days, maybe more on the watery side with the moon in Pisces, was a great time for getting involved with spiritual matters, developing our intuition, getting that receptive energy. But now today, definitely more themes pertaining to taking action, maybe themes around where we can have independence in our life, individual autonomy, and maybe, building some confidence and courage through taking action and pursuing our personal needs and personal desires at this time. So really good for this. Maybe even physically getting into some active energy can help us feel nice and emotionally rooted and grounded with the moon here. All right, so this is, of course, in the context of the solar eclipse we had last Thursday. So still very much in the early phase. We are in the crescent phase of this lunar month. And so good to build some momentum. As we get into the later part of the week, we will enter into the first quarter of the lunar month, which will be more about taking initiative in the sense of challenging ourselves. So really good to start that now, right? Any insights you've had since last Thursday, any new beginnings in general, maybe challenging ourselves to take that action and initiative with Aries and the first quarter phase. So in terms of the aspects today, we've got that Venus over Neptune in Aquarius. So very nice conjunction here, starting a sort of yearly cycle with Venus and Neptune. And when these two planets come together, and they're very compatible planets, really brings in a lot of receptivity into our relationships. So we could be very giving with this, very unconditional, very compassionate, understanding. And yeah, there could be themes around that today as well. Now, what this also does is it does create a lot of dreamy energy and perhaps idealistic energy. So although it's not a square and there's no real challenge with that, it is good to stay nice and grounded and just see, things for how they are in the real world while staying connected to essentially the present moment, right? Staying present, connecting to that compassion, connecting to that giving nature. And I think it's a fantastic day for all things relationship related. Now, this is also Venus in terms of finances and values. So with that sort of, again, dreamy energy coming in, really good to stay grounded with finances, resources, that kind of thing. But really having, again, gratitude yeah, staying grounded in gratitude and in presence, I think is fantastic with this. All right, so that's probably the most important conjunction we have. And again, in Aquarius, this is all about these future ideals, perhaps, which are very much being activated right now with Aquarius. And our individuality, right? We're developing this new sense of individuality since Thursday. And through this, where we can give and contribute to things larger than ourselves, maybe spending time with friends or network circles, things like that, is excellent with the Aquarius energy. So on a secondary note to this relationship and resource value sort of new beginning here, Mercury is sextiling Saturn. So very good day if you are going to use this productively. We could have some very good mental discipline with this, seeing the big picture. Could be quite productive, in fact, and just grounded in terms of particularly our mind, the way we're viewing things, our routine, and again, those communications. So just an opening for that. And I think anything that does require that sort of productive or disciplined energy with the mind, with communication, with the routine, can be fantastic with this sextile. So the lunar aspects are essentially just activating these. We've got the moon activating the Mercury and Saturn sextile earlier in the day, and then the moon activating the Venus and Neptune aspect a little bit later. So all in all, the moon being the feelings and that sort of active Aries energy could just be a bit of an opening to bring that into these themes. So again, a bit of the importance of independence perhaps in those relationships, maybe taking initiative, communicating our personal needs, things like that, with maybe the Venus conjunction. And with the routine stuff, again, with Mercury, just that active energy, getting things moving in this very early phase of this solar eclipse cycle. All right, so have a fantastic day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the daily forecast.